So we're on to guitar number 2 of the great guitar hanger Catastrophe. If you didn't see my previous video, my friend the amazing Jay had a pine board with 5 guitar hangers on it and went to hang a 5th guitar in an empty slot, and the whole thing came off the wall. And so we had 4 guitars go crashing to the ground. And miraculously, only one of them sustained any real damage, and that was the first one that I went through, the Jackson. That was the 92 Jackson Stealth, and I just had to make a mod on the trem to get that back in place. So I'm on here to the second guitar, which is the Kramer Focus 6000, and you know, I don't know, it's got dings and stuff. It's pretty old. It's probably an 86 or an 87, and you know, I don't know if it comes across on camera. It's a really dark lipstick color. Really nice guitar. Seymour Duncan's, and I'm assuming that's a Duncan or an EMG too, or a DiMarzio. I know he always puts really good pickups in these guitars. But I've been wanting to get this guitar for a while. It's got this headstock issue. Alright, so I don't even know if this camera angle is going to show how off this is. But if I take a straight edge, and I'll put it here on the flat of the heel of the neck, the headstock here, you can see that's about 5/8 inch gap from where it should be. Going across the fretboard, if you go even with the fretboard, it's actually the same, the point up here is the same height as the fretboard. So the entire headstock is collapsing forward. So I got some ideas on how to fix that, and I got the backstory on how this happened, and yeah, we're going to try to do a fix. I'm not usually nervous about doing fixes. A couple of them I have been. There was a 1969 SG. That was one of my first videos that I had to carve into the body a key to be able to put the neck back together correctly, and that scared me because I only had one 69 SG body here on the shelf, and it was the one I was working with. So if this cracks, then I guess I'm doing some more repairs. But so I'm going to strip it down and take the wear off of it and see if my fix works. So when I was trying to date this guitar, there was really no way to really date it close enough. You can tell by the headstock shape, and so it said online that if you have an 84 or an 85, you have a banana-shaped headstock, like the hockey stick, and if you have an 86 or an 87, it's a pointy headstock like I have here. So maybe mine is in between banana and pointy. But alright, let's get the body out of here for now. Another thing I wanted to show you before I took this off was how far over this nut is. And another thing I just noticed, you got this very old crack running here and here. So I don't know if that's adjustable or not, or if that slid if this is cracked more deeper than I think it is. And is there a way to slide this nut back over? Which is kind of locked there. So I kind of learned a little bit more about how the guitar hangers fell. amazing. Jay was telling me it was just a weird bad day all around. He got his classic Mustang out of storage and was having electrical problems with it. He went to get it washed at the car wash, and then it wouldn't start after that. And then I guess band practice was a disaster and all that. Alright, so where was I? So yeah, so he was having problems with his car, he was having problems with band practice. He got home, he had one empty spot on his guitar hangers, the set of 5. I did about 15 of them. He's got a whole bunch on the other wall. But this board in particular holds 5 of them. And the Oscar Schmidt was not up there, but these 4 guitars were up there in order. The Charvel, the Jeff Leppard, the Kramer, and the Jackson that I worked on last week. So he went to put the very heavy Washburn bass in the spot that the Oscar Schmidt was in. And that's when the whole thing came crashing down. So he was totally bummed about it. I was like, did you get a picture? No, he didn't get a picture. He was that bummed about it. In fact, I don't think he looked at it for like a day and a half. He couldn't bring himself. But, you know, we got off really easy, because this could have been way, way worse. We could have had cracks and everything else. We already knew that this one was weird. But yeah, it's curving back up around. It's crazy. So yeah, and he also told me how this got warped in the first place, so I probably won't tell that story right, so I'll let him tell it to you.
It was Swifty's guitar. So, you know, he always walked around without a case. You know, he'd put it in his Mustang and he'd just throw it on the front seat and he'd walk around with it. That's how he transported it for years. It was his first real good guitar. And brought it to Fran one day and he noticed it. He said something. He goes, "You might be changing the neck on this one of these days." But it always stayed in tune and it always seemed to be fine. I always had it drop to C sharp. Because me and my son always played that guitar and he played drums. And, over the years it seems like it got worse, but it was at the party and it rained and we had a huge tarp up and he had left the case open and the rain was coming down and it was going right into the case. I don't think he realized it and he shut the case and I got the guitar back about 2 weeks later. I opened it up. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" It was just nothing but rust. I was horrified. But I went through it, cleaned it all up the best I could, salvaged it. But I think just over the years that neck has been pulling like that. You know, it's kind of got that
the tension, yeah.
I don't think that helped it with the moisture, but
We'll get it fixed.
oh, I know.
Dude, you could play hockey with that. Let's see. I'm gonna use a Music Lily pick. That's why I don't play for the Bruins. Just about. If I had a little ball. Golf. Look at that. That's crazy. Alright, let's set about to trying to fix it. Alright, we're going to try to steam this neck. I got a pot set up here. I got a cover for it. I got a kettle boiling right now. I'm going to pour that in here. I'm going to let that sit for maybe, 20 minutes.
going to put a rag around it like this too. Let that sit for as long as it takes to boil another kettle, and we'll see how pliable it is. Once it's pliable, I want to put the back on this board. I got this board for the top. I don't want to mar any of the paint, so I'm going to use, this is like a foam board. I'm sure you can use like a piece of cardboard too. That's going to go on there, and I'm going to use some clamps to clamp it flat again, and I'm going to leave it probably a week, and I might check on it here and there, and I'm just going to hope it doesn't snap, and hope that this becomes pliable enough with the steam. So yeah, let's move forward. The one reason I wanted to use these type of clamps was because I can back them off slowly, whereas if I use hand clamps to click down, when I'm loosening them, it's going to pop, and I don't want that. I want to release this slowly when I'm finally ready to take this out of this jig. Alright, that's one kettle. I'm going to go set up another one. This is kettle number 2. Alright, it's been about an hour. And 4 kettles of water. And definitely feels more pliable. Keep this flat here. I gotta work quick too.
I was born green, just a little too naive.
Try and working all 3 of these evenly. I think that is good enough. I'm going to leave that to sit. I'm going to put it close to my dehumidifier that I have here in my shop. But it's pretty flat. I'm hoping it holds. Headstock's been clamped up for a week. I'm ready to take it out. I think it can go one of 3 ways. The first way I'm seeing is that it stays flat in this position. I put it together, Bob's your uncle. Second way I see it going is it curves back a little bit, but not to the extreme that it was. In which case I will re-steam it and reclamp it. Maybe leave it for 2 weeks. Third way it can go, banana's right back to where it was. In that case, I'm going to go on the Evil Bay, see if we can find a replacement neck. They don't seem that expensive here for the Kramers, so hopefully we'll luck out. So, moment of truth, let's do it. Yeah, it curved back. Not to the extreme that it was. I think I'm going to go for another round of steaming. Yeah. It's not, because I might even go with that. That's not that bad. But, and again, you put it on a flat surface. You can see it curved up at the end. Not as bad as it was, though. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do another round of steaming. I think this time I'm going to do it with it actually over a steaming pot rather than adding the steam the way I did it before. So, all right, we're halfway there. Came back a little. All right, so the second clamping. The neck has been in here for 13 days. Seems like a pretty lucky number. So I'm ready to take it out of the clamps now, out of this jig, and see if we got it any flatter. The second steaming I did directly on the stove. I had it set up just like I had it here on the bench, but on the stove with the heat constant, the steam constant, rather than adding the boiling water and it cooling down. So it got way hotter, and I think I got it in here way flatter too. So I have higher hopes that it's going to get a lot straighter. A couple things to keep in mind though. It's mid-July, early July, and it's steamy here. So for the past 13 days I've had this, my dehumidifier I empty about once or twice a day, and I have a fan directly on it on the other side. So I'm hoping it's dry enough to keep this shape. Looking at some pictures, the grain of the side of the neck, of the side of the headstock, looks like it wants to curve up naturally anyway. So this might be just a problem we're fighting. But I think I have high hopes that we're going to get this out of here and it's going to be a lot straighter. So fingers crossed. Alright, can you see there? Get rid of this one first. And yeah, it's going to pop. There's a reason I didn't use these. I have a bunch of these type of clamps, but I didn't want it to pop when it came off. Found a couple more of these screw clamps here too. We got to go back to Harbor Freight and get some more of these. These have been coming in handy, especially these long ones, and really good for guitar work, repair. It's all off. Moment of truth. Whoa. Look at that. It's flat. There's foam sticking here though. I won't take any of the paint off. Nope. Perfect. You know, that is awesome. Oh, I will take that. Very excited. Oh, I gotta go call my friends. Be back. Wow, I'm really happy with that. It's not 100%, but the curve is out of the headstock itself. The headstock has a little tilt forward, but I think we're just going to leave that. I think forcing that issue might make it break. It's already got a crack here, so I don't want to force that issue. I think it's just, in the long term, it could curve back, and just the way this graining, you look at the graining here on the top, how it's angled up, and on the bottom it's the same thing. So I think this wood itself, you know, would naturally want to curve up. But I think this is passable, this is acceptable, this is playable. Got some schmeg here on the top from the foam and the steam. I think that'll wipe off. But I think the best thing I can do right now, while it's all still disassembled, is go through the fretboard, polish the frets, make sure they're flat, clean up and oil, and then I can start reassembly.
Everything is going fine. It's when it all goes wrong again. got nothing left to say, but I got so much on my mind. I just wanna go very far away and leave all the shit behind. It's when it all goes wrong again. It's when I lose my only friend. It's when I throw the towel in. It's the way I always am. It's the way I've always been. It's how my story always ends. Something I said that made you mad. Did you feel like you lost everything you had? Something I said that made you feel like you were only second best. Never meant to make you feel that way. Hardly ever mean the things I say. Never seem to find the reasons why I put myself above the rest. I put myself above the rest. I put myself above the rest.
Alright, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 spots. That's enough to bring out the tape for me, especially after all the work I've put into it so far.
Back in the day, she was a maid, but those days have gone away. I bet it all she hit the wall before Alaska was a state. Now she's sitting next to me, and her hands creeping up my knee. Makeup cake like Tammy Faye. She's only got one leg. She used to wait down by the bay for the boys who went away, longing for the one she lost, based on Normandy. Now the grandkids are on the dance floor, and I don't know what I'm in for. She thinks that she is 17, and I'm looking for the door. I guess I should be flattered, but I can't contain my laughter, even though I know it's me she's after. I can't see to find the door no faster. Well, he's a B-list celebrity on the pages of the magazine. Although he's always the centerfold in the hit parade, alright. And the circus is in town, 'cause the Rolling Stone don't want him now. A metal edge will keep them fed, and we can spit it how we like.
Alright, the neck's gone through. Fretboard looks awesome. Start cleaning up and doing some reassembly here. I got some crust here from the foam. Just going to try to use some cleaner here, see if this comes off. It should. Yeah. Nice. So my last video, I was telling you why I do YouTube. And this week I thought I'd tell you about some of my inspirations for my channel. I'd always used YouTube as like a tool. If I was fixing something, looking up a song, it was just an easy way to do it. You know, maybe doing a brake job on my car. And I know how to do a brake job, but you know, there's always vehicle-specific things that you can learn. For instance, you know, you might spend 20 minutes taking off a bracket. When you know, you watch the video, you see you don't have to take off that bracket or something. You know, that kind of stuff. So I always use YouTube as a tool. And one day maybe it was brakes. I was looking up, and I let the video run out. And the next video up was a guy fixing a KISS pinball machine. And I love KISS, love pinball. So I just started watching him. And this was like an hour-long video. And he was just going through the power supply to start with. And, you know, the next video he did the switches, and the next one the score reels, etc. And I was really into that. I liked his presentation. I learned a lot of, you know, doing schematics, reading schematics and stuff. Not like I'd ever fix a pinball machine, but after watching him so much, I'm confident I could probably have a good shot at it. But his channel is very similar to mine. You know, not an expensive camera, not great editing, just showing you what he does. And that channel's called Joe's Classic Video Games. And it's two brothers who run a classic video game shop in Rock Hill, South Carolina. And Ronnie usually does the pinball machines, and Joe does the upright arcades. And just really informative, and I liked it. I don't know why. Some people might think that those type of videos are boring, but I found it fascinating. And so I was going through his videos, and the second guy that I found is a guy who fixes small engines and Volkswagens in New Hampshire. He goes by Musty One. And again, I liked his presentation. He wasn't, you know, super great camera, super great editing, but very informative of what he does, and bringing you in like you're working with him, you know, like you're hanging out wrenching. And I just dug that. So seeing those two channels really showed me what YouTube could be. It doesn't have to be, you know, a talking head 20-something telling you about their favorite Star Wars movie. And, you know, it doesn't have to be high-end filming, you know, PBS level documentary stuff. It can be stuff like what I'm doing, just showing you how to fix stuff. So I think the two biggest inspirations for my channel is definitely Joe's Classic Video Games, Ron in particular, and Musty One. I love a lot of different YouTubers, and for different reasons. I tend to gravitate to the guys who don't ask you for money, you know, the Patreon guys. Some of them are okay, but for the most part, I would rather have somebody just presenting something similar to the way I do. Another big inspiration, even though his camera work is much better, his subscriber base is much better, his content is much better, is Vice Grip Garage. I think Derek Bieri is like a national treasure, seriously. I don't know how many takes he does
but you know, sometimes my intros or my outros are the ones that kill me. Sometimes I have to do multiple takes. Most of the time I get it on the first one, but I mean, that guy is just, he is incredible, wealth of knowledge, entertainment. Yeah. So I borrow a lot of his sayings, and I hope that doesn't get me in trouble, because it's not stealing. It's all homage, you know. As far as guitar guys, you know, I really don't base my channel on any of the guitar guys. I watch a lot of different guitar guys. I watch the guitar fixers, the guitar teachers, and that kind of stuff. Guitar history channel guys. I think my favorite repair guys is Jerry Rose is definitely at the top. I learned so much from watching that guy. And he's just got a great presentation. I almost feel like I'm sitting with my grandpa learning about old guitars, you know. And the other guy I like the Twofold guy. He's really good. His repairs are awesome. I like the Burls. Burls is good. And a new guy I found is the Nautiluthier. His stuff's interesting too. I dig that. As far as guitar talkers, history guys and stuff, I like the 5 Watt World. He's okay. I like Beato. Beato's awesome. Pat Finnerty. Man, he's got to be my favorite. Pat Finnerty. Why does this song stink? So yeah, those are some of my inspirations. Who else do I watch? For guitar guys, the Samurai Guitarist. I watch him. And a couple other of the teacher guys, you know. There's some of the more popular channels, I think, that are staged. They seem staged to me. I'm not going to call anybody out, but some of the guys with a lot of viewers, I always feel like they're making it up. But another guy I enjoy is KDH, the guy with the long hair from Ireland. He's always cracks me up. He's a good player too. I like seeing him shred. And who else do I watch? Have you seen the proliferation of British guys that go to France and restore like old buildings? There's like 10 or 12 of them that go and make these buy these chateaus and fix them up. So I started going through all those. There's a couple that I really love. I think Escape to Rural France. This guy Dan is restoring a chateau that was burned out in the 80s. It once belonged to Coco Chanel, and it was a retreat for Holocaust orphans. And he's restoring it by himself pretty much. He's got some help here and there, but a lot of the work he's doing his own. And he's amazing. Daily blogger. Another daily blogger over there in France is the Pethericks. They're a British family that fixed up a chateau, and now they're working on restoring an old convent. That's very interesting. And, you know, those are the types of channels that have really good editing, really good content, and they deserve all the subscribers that they get. I'm really digging those. A lot of house repair. I watch a lot of house repair stuff. Restorations. There's this girl Jenna up in Canada. She's restoring like a mid-century modern house. She's very interesting, really fun to watch. Her and her boyfriend are restoring this mid-century modern house. Reminds me of like a Frank Lloyd Wright type house. And I'm also watching this kid out in Iowa. I think it's Iowa. Cole the Corn Star. He's restoring mansion that his grandfather bought, a great-great-grandfather bought for the family. That's pretty interesting too. So yeah, I watch a lot of repair stuff. That's always kind of been my wheelhouse, watching people repair stuff. I really like that. And as far as and a lot of car shows too. Like I said, Vice Grip Garage is probably the top.
Well, Musty 1, I think, is my top. Vice Grip Garage is just, it's just amazing. Go watch some Vice Grip Garage. It's no wonder that he, you know, got a channel on Motor Trend, or show on Motor Trend, because he's that good. Some other car guys I watch is Bad Chad out of Nova Scotia. Dude is like a metal wizard. A lot of people might, you know, not appreciate what he does, but I am one that appreciates what he does. And yeah, he's fun to watch too. DD Speed Shop, another great one. He's fun to watch. I don't watch too many of the talking head guys. Some of the toy guys I watch. Toy Polloy, you know what? I almost forgot about Toy Polloy. He's a huge inspiration for me. He's a British guy, and he restores toys. Comes up with little hacks to give you, you know, whatever. Fix-ups. Painting up old toys, Star Wars stuff, and Migos. I love that stuff. So yeah, that's those are the inspirations for my channels, and stuff I like to watch. I don't watch much cable. I kind of sometimes wish we could just get rid of cable. If it was up to me, my wife's still into it, but I mostly watch YouTube and Netflix, so that's that's about what I do. And yeah, I just wanted to let you know, go check out those channels if you're looking for something different. And yeah, so if you remember when I first took this off, it was moved this way. It was a big gap on this side, and it was hanging off on this side. I was able to move it back a little closer. There's a little bit of adjustment with these two. Yeah, so we'll start getting the neck back on the body. Neck came out really good. I'm happy with that. To start taking some pictures of how straight that is. It's still got, actually going down this way, it's perfectly flat. It's just now it's got this bend here almost. But like I said, I don't think I'm going to worry about that. So it kind of curves up right here a little bit. But I think that's going to be fine. Yeah, there might be some dingage down here when it fell. We go with the 10s on this one. You know what? I'm almost thinking because of that tension issue on the headstock, maybe we go 9s. I'm going to text him and find out.
I have a message. I need a fucking ride. Alright? I can't believe you close at 10 o'clock at night. Bars don't even close till fucking 2. You know? If you could please answer my fucking call, it would be appreciated. Because this is ridiculous. I mean, I've never fucking heard of a taxi cab service closing at 10 at night. You fucking asshole. The number here is 746. What's the number? What's the number? Fucking rough. Granted, I would need a ride. I mean, if you can help us out, I would greatly appreciate that. If not, you fucking suck go shit.
I keep my addictions in check, something I never neglect. I don't mean to be an asshole, but it's what I do best. See, I got a million wise ass answers that I keep in the back of my mind where I can save them for a later attack. I go strapped with a hack that comes from my chest, but like I told you before, I keep my addictions in check. I drink real slow. Yeah, I go with the flow because your drinking's a watch out. Needs to be controlled. Yeah, but don't get me wrong. I like my beverages cold. I just can't go let the bottle take a hold of my soul. Yeah, you drink like a fish and you die in the rain. But like I told you before, I keep my addictions. I don't smoke in no crack, I don't shoot in no smack. But if someone's got a spit, you know they're in a snap. I'm like a runaway train, but I keep it on track. Yeah, and you keep creeping along with that monkey on your back, and it's only my
Alright, so I cleaned out the pots and the switches with some deoxit, buffed it up a little bit more. Tried to take some scratch and swirl remover to see if I could get some of these scuffs out here. I think some of these scuffs happened when it fell, but a lot of them were there. You can tell the old ones from the new ones almost. And the swirl and scratch remover, just some regular turtle wax stuff, did really good getting out where the pick went, you know. So that's nice and shiny there, so I'm happy with that. That was a good fix. I did talk to him, and I had concerns about the tension with 10s, and he said it'd be just okay to go with 9s for now on this string change, and we'll see how the headstock reacts with all that tension I put on there. So we're going to put some 9s on it. He said he normally sets this up with 10s, and he does a C tuning, open C tuning, because he didn't want to put a lot of tension on that neck. But I talked to a guitar friend who's in the Black Sabbath band with me, and he plays the later Black Sabbath stuff in C sharp. So he was telling me it's really difficult to get a good tuning
a good setup with light strings like 9s. So we're not going to do that. When I'm doing these types of Floyd Roses, I like to cut them right above the winding. There's no way around it. You got to chop your strings to get them in there. Definitely don't put your ball ends in up here. But, I don't think that does anything but put unnecessary tension on your tuners. There we go. Metric. It's funny that these different guitars I've been working on, the 3 most recent in particular, you know, they're going back and forth between metric and standard.
Just where your mind's gone. Me, I'm just waiting for the show to begin, for the DJ to spin, to feel the bassline boom. We'll have a good time, like Romans with wine. We're never gonna die, and I think we're gonna be just fine. 'Cause I know I'm gonna get mine. 'Cause I'm getting old and I just can't wait till I can sit around and just vegetate. I better live it up now before it's too late. But it's so damn hard working 25-8, yeah.
Alright, strings on. Let's tune it up and see what happens to this headstock. I am curious. Alright, so with it tuned up, it's still holding its shape. That's good. But it's going to need a setup. I want to bring this up a little bit more flush with the body. So I'm going to loosen these until it starts coming up a little bit. So 2 turns there. That was 1 turn. That's a half. That's another half. Still tight to the body. Alright, it just came up. Alright, so I can go both ways and it comes back to tune. It's probably going to need some intonation now. These Floyd Rose bridges really stink for doing intonation because you got to completely detune the string to change it up. So I won't bore you with that. But that bridge is set pretty good. There's still some tension here on the springs, but it's not enough to pull it too far forward when I'm tuning, and it's not going to fall back and touch the body. So we can go both ways with the bridge. We can go up, down. And this headstock is holding its shape. It's a little bit of an optical illusion, I think, because when you're looking down it, the way that it's shaped, that banana shape there, not banana, whatever they call that pointy headstock, hockey stick, I think it kind of looks like. When you're looking down and sighting down the neck at it, and it looks like it's curving, but then if you turn it and look straight down, it's totally fine. But yeah, definitely a 1,000,000% improvement from where it was. And so we'll go with the 9s for now, and yeah, see how that holds up. And then we can switch to 10s, and he can go back to a low tuning if he wants. But we'll see how these hold up. This thing has to learn how to be a guitar again.
You know, sometimes vintage doesn't mean great. I like the playability of this guitar. It's slicker than shit. But, yeah, this design down here, it's almost like they had too much tension and they knew it, so they put these bars here. I don't know. This last string is like hanging off of the edge of the headstock. I think the headstock is too extreme down this way. I think it would have been better if it was up a little more. Therefore, I think there's a lot of tension down here. If you look down the top of the guitar from like here up, I'll show you a picture. It's pretty straight. If you look at it on the other side, looking up this way, you can see there is a little kink up towards the top. So I don't think it's going to come back around to that, you know, extreme curve. And I think it's going to probably stay right where it is if it's kept in the dehumidified basement, which it will be. But yeah, I think there's a twist in it anyway, and I don't think I'm going to be able to get that out. But it's playable now, and I don't know, I think I probably could have went with the 10s. So I'm going to let him rust these up, and then we'll go with 10s and see how that treats us. The electronics here, I mean, it sounds great. The Seymour Duncans are great. I found out that this odd switch over here was a kill switch, or at least that's what it's set up for now. Might have been active pickups at one time before these were switched in, but I really don't know. I don't know the history of the guitar, but I do know the Amazing Jay has a friend who's like a wiring wizard, so if this is how he set it up, then that's how it's supposed to be, so I'm going to leave it. But anyway, this was an awesome save. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you can take a lot from it, and if you have a guitar that's curved like this, you know, give it a try. What do you got to lose? The neck? But anyway, why don't you give me a thumbs up for filming it for you, and we'll talk again soon.